إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Alhamdulillah, we are starting from ayah 196 of ul-Masir Fi Ilm it-Tafsir by Imam Ibn Al-Jawzi rahimahullah. He begins this particular section that we are starting with from Surat Al-Baqarah ayah 197. He starts by saying, quote, "The Exalted One has told us further with regards to Hajj the following matter: Al-Hajju ashhurun ma'lumat فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقون يا أولي الألباب ليس عليكم جناح أن تبتغوا فضلا من ربكم فإذا أفضتم من عرفات فاذكروا الله عند المشعر الحرام واذكروه كما هداكم وإن كنتم من قبله لمن الضالين ثم أفيضوا من حيث أفاض الناس واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم." So the Hajj is to be in the well-known months. Whoever has made firm determination to fulfill the compulsory act of that within them, that being the Hajj, there is to be no foulness, indecency, rebellion, or argumentation during the Hajj. Whatever good you do, Allah most certainly knows it. Go with provisions, for indeed the best provision is taqwa. And have fear of me for those who remember and are sincere. There's no harm upon you if you seek the favor and virtue from your Lord. And when you have gone out from Arafat, then mention Allah at the place of Al-Mash'ar al-Haram and mention Him just as He guided you, and that you had before that time been astray. Then you spread out from wherever the people have gone out to and seek Allah's forgiveness. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and compassionate. Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat 197 to 199. The Hajj is in the well-known months. The Exalted One is referring to the Hajj that we are aware of, that we know of in the revealed law. Hajj, however, has two ways that it's discussed in Arabic. Firstly, when we're discussing Hajj, the people of the Hijaz region and most of the vast majority of people in Arabic call it the Hajj. And some have pronounced it as Hajj. Some of the people of Najd, Al-Hasan al-Basri, Sibawayh, and others. And whenever an action that is a sunnah has been done, people sometimes refer to someone as having done a hajjah, an action of the sunnah. Al-Fara has said, Al-Farra has said, the meaning here is when the Hajj is referred to as being in the well-known months, it means the timings of these months, when these months occur. As Zujaj has said, the months of the Hajj are well known to the people. Now there are two things that need to be said. One is that Shawwal and Dhul Qa'dah and the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah are those well-known Hajj months, as stated by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, Ibn Umar, Ibn Abbas, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, Al-Hasan al-Basri, and Muhammad ibn Sirin, as well as Ata, Al-Sha'abi, Tawus, Ibrahim al-Nakha'i, Qatada ibn Da'imah, Makhul, Al-Dahak, Al-Sudai, Abu Hanifa, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i, radiyallahu anhum ajma'in. Secondly, some have said that the well-known months of Hajj are Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, and all of Dhul Hijjah, not merely the 13 days because it's falling under that same time period. Now this has been narrated from Ibn Umar, Ata, Tawus, Mujahid, Al-Zuhri, Ibn Shihab Al-Zuhri, Al-Rabi', Malik ibn Anas. Imam Abu Ja'far Muhammad ibn Jarir al-Tabari has said, this statement by these people is only referring to the facts that these months are not the months of Umrah. They are the months where people come in preparation for the Hajj. And that's why this was referred to as Hajj being in the well-known months. Further to this, people will want to do Umrah in other than these well-known Hajj months. This is why Umrah was not mentioned. Muhammad ibn Sirin has said, no one from the people of knowledge has any doubt in that an Umrah done in other than the months of Hajj is better than an Umrah done in the months of Hajj. Allah only said the Hajj is in the well-known months. And the first two are complete. And the third only has a portion, but it is still counted as a month because the Arabs often refer to a part as a whole. And so sometimes, according to Al-Farra, the Arabs will say, he has today and 2 days that I have not seen him. When in actuality, it may have been 1 day and a part of another day. But the Arabs tend to count, and in the Arabic language, sometimes a half can be referred to as a whole. Someone will sometimes say, I have visited you all of the year, or I've come to you today. And it may have only happened for an hour. But it means that he visited him that year in that hour. So sometimes the Arabs will join between things, and this is known in the language, which is why it was used. Further to this, the Arabs will use a long time sometimes to refer to a short time. For example, the Arabs say, Ibn al-Zubayr was killed during the days of Hajj. And it means that it was in a short time. This has to be understood carefully for those who reflect. Now the ulama, they differ regarding the one who makes ihram for Hajj before the months of Hajj. Ata, Tawus, Mujahid, Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i all say that is not permissible. Because of what's been said, the Hajj is in well-known months. So the Hajj is not conducted except in those months that have been specified for that action. Others such as Abu Hanifa, Malik ibn Anas, Sufyan al-Thawri, Al-Layth ibn Sa'ad, Ahmed ibn Hanbal all say that someone who puts on the ihram for Hajj before the months of Hajj have occurred, their ihram is valid. Because this statement, the Hajj is in the well-known months, is referring to the fact that most of the time and most of the Hajj occurs in these months. Just as the Prophet ﷺ has said, Al-Hajj wa Arafah. The Hajj is Arafah. It's collected by Imam Ahmed. Close quote. So this is a difference of opinion that exists. Why? Because if somebody puts on the ihram before the months of Hajj have begun, let's say someone puts on the ihram in Ramadan, they go and they have intended, I'm going to make the Umrah and I will keep the ihram on for the Hajj. This person is doing Qiran. Imam al-Shafi'i in one qawl and some of the other ulama say that won't be valid because he's doing it outside of those well-known months. Other ulama, Imams Abu Hanifa, Ahmed ibn Hanbal, Malik ibn Anas, Sufyan ibn Thawri and others say, no. If he puts on the ihram before the months of Hajj and arrives, he's done his Umrah, he keeps the ihram on because he's intending Qiran. This is permitted for him. Because the only thing he could intend showing up outside of the months of Hajj could be Qiran. He could not intend tamattu' and still have his ihram on, because after completion of the Umrah, he takes it off in anticipation of the Hajj season to occur. It can't be ifrad, because ifrad, he would have only come during the Hajj season. So it's got to be Qiran. If he's intending the Qiran form of Hajj, then he would have to keep his Umrah on the duration of once he has made his niyyah for the Hajjul Qiran. He arrives, he makes the Umrah, and he keeps it on the duration of all of the Hajj months and throughout. This is the position that's been narrated. That's the difference. So why is there this difference? Because these ulama, Ata, Tawus, Mujahid, and Imam al-Shafi'i in one qawl, they say that this statement, Al-Hajju, the Hajj is in well-known months. That means that that's the only time when the Hajj is. So if you come outside of that period, it won't be valid. The other side of the position, they say the Hajj is in the well-known months. That means that most of the Hajj occurs in these months. That means that this is when the Hajj occurs. It's not saying that it's not valid in that time. It's only saying this is when it occurs. So you'll meet some people that will leave from certain parts of Nigeria, Cameroon, Gambia. They will leave in Ramadan, in ihram, intending Qiran. Get there, make the Umrah, they're in ihram all that time. So when you arrive there and you meet brothers from Nigeria and other places and you say, when did you get here? And they say, oh, just after Ramadan, just after Eid al-Fitr. You say, subhanallah, what? But they're following the same position that many of us might be following. But we might not know about it because we don't have all the information, because we might not take on these matters. Imam Ibn Al-Jawzi rahimahullah, he then says, quote, so whoever determines to make Hajj in the months of Hajj, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu says, this means that he's making the intention for Hajj and has put on the ihram for it. Tawus and Ata, they say, so he makes the talbiyah when he does so. It is narrated from Ali ibn Umar, Mujahid al-Sha'bi, and others, that when he follows the pathway of his sacrifice, then he puts on the ihram, because the sacrifice is to be done. Al-Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal radiallahu anh has said, as narrated from Abu Bakr al-Athram, that the ihram is by niyyah.